Meet Macha, named after the Irish goddess. Her nicknames include Mika, Mikasa, and every vet has universally named her Macha because they, logically, think we can't spell. In 2019, I returned from a vacation visiting family, and one of my coworkers requested assistance in rescuing 2 cats who appeared to be trapped in one of the greens of the parking lots. So I laid a trap and I collected those 2 cats. They both looked exactly the same, but one was noticeably still a kitten and the other was closer to maybe 6 months. So my coworker took the kitten with the hope of domesticating her before she became too feral, and I took the older cat with the intent to trap, spay, vaccinate, and release. As you will see, this was doomed to fail. My cat, nicknamed Mama Cat, was terrified, as any feral cat would be. Then the spay happened, and something changed. With a bit of kitty magic, she melted like butter. She flopped into a puddle when I gave her tentative head scritches, and she would not stop purring. This adorableness was a problem, because I already had 3 cats, and I had not planned to get a 4th. I asked my coworker who worked with a foster group for help. However, as happens with foster groups, keeping her for 1 week turned into 2 weeks, turned into a month, turned into 2 months. And by that point, I was absolutely in love with her. I mean, obviously, look at her. After months of acclimation and introductions, Macha expanded her safe space, that was my closet, and made friends with my other cats, specifically my cat Nartaka. They may not cuddle like Nerd wants, but trust me, they are best friends. Trust me. Since Macha became part of the family in that 2019-2020 period, she remained healthy. In fact, in 2021, I shifted into veterinary medicine, and it gifted me the opportunity to maintain all my cats' health in ways I hadn't had access to before. The idea that Macha was unwell at all, in any way, had never crossed my mind. After all, she's approximately 6 years old and turning maybe 7 on her made-up birthday of July 4th. She had a wellness visit in October of 2025 and passed with flying colors. In veterinary medicine, we have an acronym, ADR. It stands for Ain't Doing Right. On April 6th of 2026, I noticed Macha was ADR. I couldn't put my finger on it, I just had a gut feeling. She seemed a bit tense in the whiskers and was breathing a tiny bit faster than normal, though she's always been a cat who breathes fast because she purrs nearly constantly. So I texted my mobile vet to ask for an appointment for peace of mind, and she was on vacation. But she's a wonderful woman who texted me on her vacation to let me know that I should go to urgent care just to be on the safe side. This was going to be our 2nd urgent care visit in 2 weeks. My partner and I were skeptical about going because of how normal Macha looked and was acting, but we were willing to pay for peace of mind. A lot can be said for the importance of peace of mind. We drove 40 minutes to the closest urgent care and arrived at 7:30 at night, and we were greeted by the vet assistant, and she commented on how normal Macha looked and how normal she sounded through her stethoscope. So our hope was that it was newfound allergies due to the windows being open, or just paranoia due to the other recent urgent care visit. The vet took a thorough listen and heard a grade 3 heart murmur with a gallop. We got the horrible news that Macha was in congestive heart failure. Congestive heart failure means her heart was leaking and there was fluid buildup, specifically in her lungs. Basically, she was slowly drowning on dry land. I was lucky to be in a position to go to an appointment with the goal of peace of mind and to have the vet training to know what the worst case scenario would be, and I was devastated to be given the confirmation. The guilt immediately hit me like a punch to the chest. I loved being in vet med, but 2 years ago I had to leave because I was sick. My disability came on slowly, but it hit me hard. I have been out of work since July 2024, and pain adaptation has been a long and ongoing process. But I have always been fiscally responsible. The cats have always been a priority, and they have their own emergency fund. And even though I've been unemployed for so long, it was only tapped into for cat-related emergencies. And there was still enough in there to take Macha to emergency care and get her seen by a cardiologist specialist. So we then drove to the closest emergency 24/7 hospital, which had an oxygen chamber tank available. So we arrived after 11 o'clock at night and stayed until nearly 1 a.m. doing paperwork and saying goodbye in case it was the last time I would see her. Then, nearly instantly, after the hour-long drive home, I received a phone call from the emergency hospital. Oh, my heart was in my throat, expecting the worst. And, well, they told me that Macha's kidneys were rejecting the Lasix treatment. So they needed to insert an NG tube, which is the tube that goes from her nose to her gut, to better regulate the Lasix. The cardiologist called us the next morning and gave us their findings, which was simplified to Mitral Valve Dysplasia. There is no cure, and it will only get worse, not to mention the possibility of a sudden blood clot causing death or very painful paralysis. The only thing I can do is give medications to help her quality of life until the inevitable happens. It's only a matter of time before Macha has another heart failure episode and returns to the emergency room, if we can catch it in time. The prognosis is never good in cases like this, and is less good because of the sensitivity of her kidneys and their reaction to the Lasix. We've been given an estimate of any day now to a year and a half, if we're lucky. Due to her kidneys reacting poorly, it is likely we will not get the full year. Inevitably an opportunity for a happy life, but it will be a painful end. Our emergency trip cost us over $5,000, not including the follow-up visits, the new meds, and the new food, which effectively drained the cat emergency fund since I've been unable to put any funds back into it for years. I have been a part of the before, the during, and the after of pet parents euthanizing due to cost. I never wanted it to be me. I don't want it to be me. But I cannot afford to take care of Macha the way I want to. Until a few weeks ago, she was a happy, healthy, photogenic 6-year-old, and I absolutely hate that my disability and the inability to work through my pain could be the reason that we have to choose to end her life. She is the youngest of my cats and acts the most like a baby, and she's my baby. I don't want to let her down. This is my first time asking for financial assistance, but what I'm really asking for is more time. I want to give her the best chance at the highest quality of life for as long as she wants to stay. She just wants the chance to watch the birds from her window. And it breaks my heart that hers is broken. Help me give Macha the best last year of her life. She's brought me so much comfort. I just want to return the favor while I have the chance. $1 is one pet, $5 is one head scritch, $10 is one head kiss, $25 is our favorite brush rub, $50 is an extra snack, and $100 and above I will combine all of those. I am so serious, I will record for proof and post it to social media. Literally any amount you donate will benefit her, even if it's just a little pet. Thank you.